Welcome back, everyone. Today is an exciting day. It is May 13th, 2019, which means I am 6 months post kidney transplant. Woo! So today I wanted to jump on here and give you an update on how things have been since the transplant. I feel the best I have ever felt. Last year I was on peritoneal dialysis, and if you would have told me a year from then that I would be feeling like this, I could have only hoped and prayed for it. I feel like just now, 6 months post-transplant, my life is finally back to normal. I feel like a completely different person. It is a complete 180. As far as symptoms goes, I have very little. All the symptoms I have are based off the medication that I'm taking. I noticed that there's just like an increase in appetite. Recently, I have noticed that ever since I hit the 5-month mark, I have been having a little bit of hair loss. But after doing some research and talking to others, I have noticed that it's most likely due to tacrolimus, one of the medications that I'm currently prescribed. As far as medication goes, we have a book here, and it's from UCLA. So after the transplant, UCLA gave me a binder with all my medications on it, descriptions of my medications, little logs that I can fill out for my weekly appointments that I used to have once the transplant was over. And let me discuss some of the medications real fast. I'll go over in a later video more about this binder and the medications in it, but let's just do a quick rundown. So when I was first given this binder and all the medications after the transplant, I was on mycophenolate, prednisone, tacrolimus, cotrimoxazole, acyclovir, nystatin, docusate, hydrocodone, phosphorneutral, pantoprazole, losartan, as well as magnesium protein complex. Now that's a mouthful. But now I'm only on mycophenolate, which I take 4 pills in the morning and 4 at night. I'm still on prednisone, but it went down from 20 milligrams to 5 milligrams. As far as tacrolimus, I used to be on 4 in the morning, 4 at night. 5 in the morning, 5 at night. And now I am down to 1.5 in the morning, 2 in the morning and 1.5 at night. And that is due to another symptom I've been facing, which is the hair loss. And I've also been having tremors. They are quite noticeable at times. I wouldn't say they last all day long, but I do notice that I do have shaky hands a lot. I have little tingles in my hands, my palms, the bottoms of my feet, especially if I am in hot water. I feel it a lot more. I also been trying to paint my nails more frequently so I can kind of control the tremors and kind of get better at focusing my hands. I'm no longer on cotrimoxazole. I'm no longer on acyclovir, nystatin, which is that gross drink that you take a month after the transplant or the first month after a transplant to help infections. I'm no longer on that, thank goodness. Docusate, I am no longer on. Hydrocodone, I'm no longer on because I don't feel pain anymore. As far as phosphorneutral and pantoprazole. Losartan, I am still on because we are monitoring my blood pressure. A lot of the medications that I'm taking does increase blood pressure, which is a negative because with high blood pressure causes kidney damage, and we don't want that. So I have dropped drastically in medication, which I am very excited for. I take about 8 pills in the morning and I take 7 pills at night, which is amazing. I am so happy because when we had the consultation of a transplant, they pretty much warned me that I would be on 50 pills a day for a long period of time, and I'm not. I'm barely not even on 20. As far as my mom, she was my donor. She went back to having a quote normal life around February. So that was a little over 3 months since the transplant. 6 months out, she is 100% normal. She is back to full-time at work. She has no complications. She had no complications after the transplant. So I'm very thankful for her. As far as, let's see, symptoms, medications, everything is pretty much great. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome to everything. Like 6 months in, and I am totally feeling awesome. My scar, I'm gonna go ahead and show you a picture of my scar right after the transplant. I'll show you a picture 1 month after the transplant, and I'm gonna show you a picture of how my scar looks today. And it is amazing how my scar looks. I'm so happy. I feel like within a year, I'm barely going to be able to see my scar, which is kind of sad because I'm in love with it. I think that your scar shows your story and the journey that you've been through. And if you feel, ever like feel discouraged about your scar, or don't ever feel like ashamed by it, because that's your journey that no one can ever take away from you. You survived something, you experience something that other people will never have. They'll never understand what you've gone through, and you need to wear your scars with pride. Now that we're at the 6 month mark, UCLA has officially released me back to my nephrologist. I see him once a month for 6 months. If everything keeps going well, then hopefully we can decrease those visits and go back to, living a normal life. As far as what my life has been daily, I have been able to work out. And I am not just like, power walking, slow walking, light working out. I can full on do workout videos. I am now 6 months, so I can do more core related workout videos. I have been very into cooking lately. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably are already aware that I am constantly posting cooking videos, which I love because it has brought out a new joy that I have found. Also, involving food, I have noticed that it's a little funny. Before the transplant, I never craved bean and cheese burritos or Taco Bell. It is not something that I ever really wanted. After the transplant, it is all I wanted to eat was bean and cheese burritos. And after talking to my mom and telling her this like funny little thing that I started craving, she told me that all she eats is bean and cheese burritos every day. And it's crazy that after the transplant, I guess I must have gotten that love for bean and cheese burritos from her. I'm not sure, but we think that it's a little funny, weird thing that happened after the transplant. If you guys have this, if you share any similarities with your donor after your transplant, I would love to know. I did read on certain stories where this was true, and it's kind of shocking. So if you have the same experience, I would love to know in the comments down below, because I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much my 6 month update. If I want to come on here, jump on real fast, just give you guys a little quick thing on what's going on. I would love to update you guys again in the 1 year, maybe the 9 month, and I'll have even better news than what I have today. If you liked this, then please hit that thumbs up. If you would like to see more about my transplant and little updates along the way, then make sure to subscribe for more. And if you want to see me on a daily basis, then I would suggest you follow me on Instagram at My Transplant Lifestyle. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. All right? Thanks for celebrating my 6 months with me.